Hi everyone, my name is Beatrice, and today we're going to discuss the concept of parallelism. No, this doesn't have anything to do with optical illusions. Jamie, would you agree?
Yes, I think the best way to demonstrate parallelism is with a little exercise. We've got Aaron and Noel with us in the studio today. Aaron, I'd like to ask you to memorize the message that's going to appear on the left side of the screen.
Okay,
Noel, I'd like to ask you to memorize the message that's going to appear on the right side of the screen.
All right.
So here we go. Take a few seconds to memorize your message. All right. Now repeat back your message to us.
mine was my father is tall, kind, and intelligent.
Mine was my father is tall, um, does kind things, and something about intelligence. I don't remember the rest.
And his intelligence is high.
Now, these two sentences essentially meant the same thing. They had the same meaning, but one was obviously more difficult to memorize.
So if we go back to those two sentences, let's take a look at them. You'll see that parallelism is all about balance. We want our sentences to contain similar grammar patterns. When there are no patterns in medium-sized and long sentences, they become awkward and, in some cases, grammatically incorrect.
What do you mean by that? What are patterns? By that, we mean modèle or schéma.
Thanks, Beatrice. So let's take a look at this sentence. I like karate, to play tennis, going skiing.
Oh, wow. That's not a very good sentence.
You're right, Aaron. Just reading it, we get a sense that something is not quite right. So, listeners, I'd like you to put the video on pause and come up with 3 ways that this sentence could be written better.
What do you mean?
Well, I think you would agree that this sentence could be written better. So I'd like you to see if you can improve it. In fact, I see 3 different ways that this sentence could be rewritten so that it's better.
Okay, listeners, put the video on pause now and see if you can come up with 3 improved versions for this sentence.
All right. So on our end here in the studio, we stopped recording, sort of a time-lapsed recording type deal. While we were paused, Aaron and Noel came up with 3 better ways that this sentence could have been written. Here they are on the screen here.
So, can you guys explain what you did to make this sentence better? For example, what did you do with sentence number 1?
For that sentence, we chose the pattern of the first sport. So, if you notice with the word karate, the original author just listed off the sport. So, we did the same thing, except we did it for all 3 sports.
Noel, can you explain the second one? Sure. This time we took the pattern that was used for the second sport, tennis, and we copied it across all 3 sports. So, the original author used the preposition to, followed by a verb, and then the sport. And what about the last one?
Same kind of deal, Beatrice. We took the pattern for skiing. This time, the author used a gerund, or gerund, the word ending with ing, and we applied it to all 3 sports.
Great. So if we take a look at all 3 of your sentences, we see that they are now balanced. They're much easier to read, and they're grammatically correct.
Applying parallelism to your sentences is somewhat advanced. Not even all native Anglophones do it. But when you do, it produces sentences that are more coherent.
I'm just going to display this next slide and you can read it. You can put the video on pause if you need to. These are the times when you should choose to apply parallelism to your work.
Well, thank you, everyone. We've just had a quick overview of what parallelism is. If you'd like more information on this topic, you can go to the ESL Radius website. Click on the search magnifying glass icon and enter the keyword parallelism.